Welcome back, collective. Key signs that this timeless tarot oracle reading may be extra relevant and resonant for you is if you've been seeing a lot of 737. I know recently I did have a little mini oracle about 616. I do want to say though that at the time I got this phone and its camera stand, it was 616 on the clock. So it may have a build off of or continuation off of that message if it finds you. Either way, hey, I'm Dil Divine. Welcome back. Another key synchronicity is if you have been maybe reminded of, and this may seem a little bit niche, Motion City Soundtrack, an artist that I listened to when I was a young teenager. In particular, what's more relevant is the song, Everything is All Right. I kind of got this channeled intuitive message, and I did take notes on my phone, so I'm going to refer here and I will pull cards to build off of it. So you're going to get a full intuitive reading, kiddies. Don't worry about that. What was coming through though is I just kind of had this thing like where I just felt like singing, the song popped into my head. And I kind of felt while I was singing, it was almost as if there was like I guess like my highest self, my holiest self was having me sing to kind of guide myself into some like self-care, if you will, and some self-affirmation, some self-soothing in a healthy way through song, to make it make more sense. One of the lyrics in the song is like, tell me that you're all right. Yeah, everything is all right. Oh, please tell me that you're all right. Yeah, everything is all right. So it was kind of had me sing that song, and I almost felt like my highest self, not from a place of force, not from a place of coercion, what was basically inviting me to tell myself, to remind myself that truly everything is all right and it's unfolding and I'm good. I don't need to be perfect, but everything is unfolding as it should be and I'm getting better and better. I know one of the lyrics in the song is, but I'm getting better at fighting the future. One day you'll be fine. Yes, I'll be just fine. And the way even the voices go in that song sometimes it's kind of like call and response. Now, I'm not saying that we're fighting the future. I don't inherently want to put us in that confrontation or conflict-oriented thing. I like to think about it more rather than maybe fighting the future. Previous versions of self could have been doing that. I think it's very normal to maybe wrestle with the future, wrestle with what is yet to come, wrestling with expectations and desires that may not have fully manifested, things of that nature. And so Spirit is kind of using song and music to help us ground ourselves. And I know you can hear me clearly. Pardon if you hear like any other music or songs in the background in the neighborhood. It's pretty, it sounds really fun actually right now. And of course, as soon as I go to start recording, it's like a lot of the noise and sounds amplify with more of the dogs barking. However, I do think that means we're really tapping into the channel. Now, I want to get a couple of these notes really quick to build off of this message that I have for y'all about what came through. So this is a turbulence check-in. Thank you, Spirit. A turbulence check-in because with that 737, I was also reminded of airplanes, you know what I'm saying? I don't know all the different model numbers and the difference between what the 737 versus the 747 versus 757. But either way, there was a 7X7 vibe, and especially in this case, the 737 with the plane. And I felt Spirit was kind of giving a little bit of a turbulence check-in right now. And if I'm thinking of the 7, 3 here, and the 7 over here, like these 7s, from one 7 to the other with the 3 in between, if I allow it to be a progression for a second, it's kind of like there's this, we're already beyond that first 7 that I've been talking about. Like we're pretty much, a lot of this collective, it's like you're not in the dark, there's no resistance, like you've already, I'm getting a sense of like there was a choice and a decision made to be open and willing to take the next leap of faith on your journey. Like the big moment of the leap may not happen yet I'm feeling with this collective is that we know one is coming and coming in soon, coming in hot, like the plane's about to land and the plane is actually going to give us what we're going to leap into in the next opportunity. But there's something about the acceptance of it. Now in this physical waiting period, where we're waiting for, you know, the manifestation to land here in the physical in the 3D, to unfold, there's every now and again, there's a little bit of turbulence that comes through on the journey, and as a little bit of wind comes through. Turbulence, you can choose, or you know your story best, like what could be the turbulence in your life right now. For some, that could be wrestling with obligations and responsibilities popping up and feeling like you have to get a lot done in a short amount of time, I'm hearing. For others, it could be distractions and temptations, like I was getting in yesterday's oracle message about either people or even addictions popping back up and maybe wanting to claim more of your focus and your energy. Different things that are requiring you to leverage the power of 3, that middle digit, the 3 in between the 7 and 7, the 3 guiding you back into utilizing and, utilizing, engaging, and believing in your magic, believing in your power, believing in your abilities, believing in your talents. There's this, it's like truly being the alchemist, the wizard, the witch, the mage, the sage, especially the sage. It's like dispelling things, rebuking things, rejecting things, casting things aside, moving it out of your way, swish and flick, you know? It's not to say that there isn't stuff popping up. It's not saying that there may not be a moment of wrestling with the future, maybe wrestling with our choice, wrestling with what would be the consequences if we go this way versus that way versus that way versus that way. You're good. You're all right. You're more than all right. And your highest self is singing this song and telling you, it's like, baby, it's like, you're good. You are more than good. You're great and things are landing. So keep your faith and acknowledge, like, the turbulence is the sign that you're on the plane. The turbulence is the sign that you're in motion. The turbulence is a part of the sign that you are on the journey, committed to the journey. You're like on the path, you're moving forward. If you weren't in the plane, if you weren't in motion, you wouldn't be experiencing turbulence. Turbulence only occurs when we're in that vehicle en route to where we're supposed to be going. So in some ways, I'm not trying to like glorify and invite a whole bunch of turbulence in our lives. Like, no, thank you. Nothing extra, spirit. Nothing extra. As they make me get extra. But this is the other thing when it's coming through. It's like, I feel very silly, very playful, very liberated, especially because normally I feel a little bit scared or, and self-critical to be singing on camera, to be honest. And more and more I'm doing these channeled messages, more and more I'm showing up as my authentic self with the spiritual support and encouragement, the more and more I am able to really suspend and let go of perfectionism, especially when it comes to voice and self-expression. So this may be another synchronicity for those of y'all who really resonate with that. And I love how I'm adjusting my wristbands and feeling a little bit of itch on my left wrist. So some signs. I know the left side is associated with receiving. That felt significant. But it's like, sing your song. Put yourself out there. Get silly. Oh, I thought I saw 808, but it was 838. They want me to get another part of the song out from the written notes in the channel as well. Some other things that this is for you, and encouragement and recognition of your growing success, you know, and your celebrated commitment. Because they're bringing up that line where it's like, I used to rely on self-medication. I guess I still do that from time to time. That one. Like I used to rely on self-medication. This is the self-soothing accountability and moderation check-in that's going in with this message as well, where yes, you have been soothing yourself through things. There's also a bit of that accountability, this theme of the week, where we're really analyzing our habits, our behaviors, our attitudes, and what are we, like, how are we using our time? Our energy, our focus. What are we engaging in? Does it serve us or not? And for some things, what can we let go of completely that really doesn't serve, we know is an unhealthy habit or toxic behavior, versus something I was reminded of today. I don't know if this is It's been a while since I've been away from like case management work. So please feel free to comment down below if you have more up-to-date like language and frameworks. A framework I want to posit that I'm reminded of that came through from Spirit last night was also like harm reduction. I feel as though there are a lot of us, like with that self-medication, self-soothing thing, we have been cutting back in like on coping mechanisms that are not as healthy for us. Particularly, what is it? Like, I know, yeah, I guess, I mean, like, hopefully I can say this on here because I'm not somebody, I'm a Sagittarius. I really wish these platforms, we could just give it to you like, you know, what do you call it? Raw, no chaser type deal, but we have to be careful because we don't want to be, you know, getting the chop. But yeah, like I've been reflecting upon for a while about, because I have a lot of appreciation for a legalized sacred herb. I'll say it that way. Mary. There we go. Thank you. Mary. Yay, Mary. So, you know, I'm a big fan of Mary. She's one of my favorite people. You know, I really enjoy hanging out with Mary. Very good to unwind and relax. She's helped me get through 1111 on the timer. I saw it. Really helped me get through a lot of challenges and adversities and like tough periods in my life, as well as at certain moments in time really helped me actually have like community and things of that nature. And also as somebody who still is overcoming and transmuting and releasing certain chronic physical pains and historical misalignments. I'm trying to be very careful with my words so that nothing's like binding. I do leverage, you know, the powers of Mary. And at the same token, Mary, and I've been getting these signs and synchronicities for a long time, and many spiritual people talk about this, and I'm not somebody here to give you a black or white, like this is about you and your relationship with your sacred allies and tools. I've just been recognizing though that I don't feel as much of a need to hang out with Mary as regularly. I'll say it that way. And also recognizing the good, bad, and different effects that Mary has when I do hang out with Mary, and even being a little bit more intentional about, you know, when do I hang out with Mary? How often do I hang out with Mary? If I know I'm going to hang out with Mary that day, what do I want to prioritize and accomplish before I have my meeting with Mary? Right? Something about Mary. So comment down below if anybody else is resonating with this, okay? However, Spirit is acknowledging and affirming you that your efforts to moderate yourself, self-moderation, and your self-soothing adjustments, like, it's good and you're good. Like, this is something to celebrate. I feel as though a lot of times we get into a lot of culture with personal and leadership development where accountability can go into a very harsh and very hypercritical direction. And I'm not trying to take us there, nor am I trying to take us into a hyper soft, hyper avoidant. It's like, can we have a healthy balance between masculine and feminine, loving all around, checking in? Can we approach changing ourselves, changing our habits with a loving harm reduction approach? For some things, yeah, maybe it's a cold turkey cutoff and that's what you're guided to do and that's what you need and what you want. But that's not every single case, and I want to hold space for that and not put one thing as better or superior to the other, because everybody has their own tailor-made, user-specific journey and relationship with any type of tool, with any type of medicine, with any type of aid. Okay, so that was for the self-moderation part. And then let's see what else. Ooh, I love this. Okay. So in addition to the balancing gentleness with yourself and behaviors, acknowledging progress and change, this is all contributing to an emotional reopening, where you are using your magic, navigating turbulence, maintaining directions, even if there's a slight detour or a slight delay. Because we know sometimes when we go to travel, we have a flight and, you know, it's rainy. Sometimes the flight's delayed. Or maybe, you know, how many of us have ever been on a plane where it's like, okay, they're coming to land, but then maybe due to the runway being a bit wet or a bit icy, they said sometimes we've had to circle a few times so that they can get it together so we can have the safest landing. But we're still there, we're still going. It's stuff like that. So you're more than okay. You're more than good enough. You've got this. Simply remember to breathe, stretch, and trust in the direction you continue to follow from your soul, spirit, and personal legend. I'm going to read this channel again. You've got this. Simply remember to breathe, stretch, and trust in the direction you continue to follow from your soul, spirit, and personal legend. Melchizedek is telling us it's not a freak out, it's a freak in. So if you've been kind of having any what you thought was like, this is what they had me go through last night, where I was like, am I freaking out? But I was like, no, I don't feel like I'm freaking out. If anything, we're freaking in. We're freaking into ourselves. Rather than kind of losing our energy and letting all spill, we're kind of like owning our freak. What's that? What, anybody gonna match my freak? I love how I'm already doing the thing before I even got the lyrics out. I've been a nesty girl, nesty. Meow. Like, well, that's a whole nother reading. Comment down below if we need to get there, kitty girl. But freak into yourself. It's this idea of where even if you're feeling turbulent, even if you're worried, scared, nervous, rattled, shaken, not stirred, you're able to kind of come inward using that magic. Notice how I'm doing all this? All that magical weaving. I said die. Oh my God, is that Barbie? Sorry, I'm like looking at something hanging and I was like, I thought it said Barbie. Okay, so Barbies may be a sign or synchronicity. Barbies in pink. The soft pink, but then also that hot Barbie pink, Nicki Minaj pinks. Barbiana, very, very Nicki Minaj. I have been getting a lot of Nicki Minaj, actually, even before this reading. Win Again was coming up for me recently, like Win Again. Win Again. I know I get that one often, but when it's here, it's here. Oh, and the hands are talking, when the clickety-clack, spirit fingers, clickety-clack, the gay gods confirming. Thank you, Spirit. Y'all just have me having so much fun. So, but also Melchizedek. Melchizedek, the alchemist, the book, you being an alchemist, period. You being an alchemist on your quest for your personal legend. That's why you're on the plane, because you're going where you need to go. I was on the plane with Dwayne. You could call me Whitley. I go to Hill, Maine. Okay, anyway, Nicki Minaj, definitely feeling yourself, feeling your oats, feeling the fantasy. French vanilla, bury that. This collective, so we're gonna get oracles from Magic the Gathering. Now that we did the whole channel, they're like telling me, okay, let's get into it. So what is some of this power of 3 set us free magic we can be tapping into, that we can be freaking into for our personal legend, for our level up, for our upgrade? Holy Melchizedek, holiest guides, holiest spirit, holiest ancestors, please help us build upon this message and land this plane. At the very least, we don't want a premature landing. We are in the mode of transportation, Spirit. What's the gig? What's the gag for right now? Like, what is the tea? Okay. I like to say all my questions out loud, giving my attention to Spirit, calling in the energy. I do feel incredibly playful though right now. And I will say I felt very motivated to come through and, do the recording of this long form reading. And I was going to do a pick a pile, and I will do another one soon. So don't worry about that. Comment down below if you want one. However, Spirit was more so like, no, we really want you to focus on the 737 message. This needs its own reading. We'll get the little, mini at the end, like a little short will come from this. Just playing this journey, these opportunities. Yes. What's the magic? Winds and spirit of change. Bring us a blessing. Okay, another big shuffle they would like. (737-616) Motion City soundtrack. Thank you. Generosity with Heliod. Okay, as soon as I saw this card, aside from like all the bright golden yellow realness, I was called into the horns. And I will say, what I watched on media today, now it did happen synchronistically. I was watching Slasian Royale, and there were a lot of horns in that episode. However, it feels pronounced, because even when I was watching it, like, You know, I'm not a Taurus, no shade, you know, but like, it's not like I'm a Taurus or an Aries where I'm like all obsessed with horns and stuff. Not saying that if you are those signs, you have to be obsessed with horns, but you know, you got it if it's your sign. So you might want to look for it. Like I know as a Sag, if I see like a bow and arrow, I'm like, yes, archer, meow, take the shot. Anyway, these horns of power and these antlers. And it's like horns for me, as I'm doing it, they're having me really feel it. You know, coming up here, like around a crown. So the crown, giving crown chakra realness, giving crown energy. Also, crown is in our regality, crown it. But also this idea, they're showing me like how horns can grow on certain creatures, maybe with age, and it's reflecting age and wisdom. Ooh. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you, girl? New lunch? So this energy, these golden horns, it's like this golden wisdom, golden crown. So crown chakra may be very active right now. I'm feeling active in a very empowered way though. Like very much sitting with authority, sitting with the regality, the royalty. Like Heliod is, because look at this. This is about generosity. He's giving of the light. He's giving of the abundant sun. Ooh, let me lean into it. Meow. Like I'm getting this energy of giving from the overflow, surplus. Thank you, Spirit, the word surplus. Like he has this regal royal staff of power in one hand. Looks like he's holding up like, I'm just gonna say it, the North Star in his other hand. Ooh, and I'm hearing the spear of destiny. I don't even know why, but the spear of destiny. Okay. I'm feeling so lit up with this. Like the spark is sparking. Okay, so there's twofold. The more generous you are, giving from a place of surplus, giving from a place of intentionality, giving from a place within your capacity. So this means not doing the people pleasing, not self-sacrificing, not doing the most, not putting yourself last, not being a footstool for nobody, not being a doormat, not that kind of support or giving. No. Giving from a full cup. Ideally an overflowing cup, but at the very least full. And from there, as you're being like generous with your talents, your gifts, your expression, like what you are being told to give. So I'm sure there's going to be many ways that will show up. The easiest example they have me saying is like, okay, for me, Spirit is like, I've also been getting more and more like, I want to say like these random intuitive channels, and I'm doing better and better, just full transparency, to at the very least write them down. I haven't necessarily gotten to the point of feeling, just full disclosure, feeling so confident and so ready to just like, in the moment of instant inspiration, like hop in front of the camera and record like immediately versus, you know, setting the scene. I haven't really been doing that all the time. Yeah, I am writing down the words. I'm writing down these messages and then following up. Okay, so Spirit is like, put out these channels, give these things. Now, don't do it in a way where, okay, if you're really exhausted and it's gonna like mess up how I would show up the next day for whatever's on my agenda, my obligations, like they're not doing it that way. So, but it's like, give when you have in that capacity, and don't be stingy with these words. Don't be stingy with these channelings. Like, don't be keeping it all to yourself. Give the light, share the light. And the more that I do that, the more obviously I'm going to be blessed up and given by the divine. And I feel like that's what Heliod is saying here. It's like the more and more you give from that, you know, that space of being in alignment with your soul, with your intuition, with your wisdom, essentially the more you give of your soul calling, not giving your soul in a problematic way, never that. But I'm talking about like giving. It's like if you're a musician, oh, well, that's why they have me do the singing. Well, there you go. They're like, sing your song, put out your art, share your talent, put out this light, following your North Star, because that's also in the direction of ideally your dreams, like what you want to be putting up, co-creating, manifesting. It's this very much as above, so below. And I think that's why even in the song in the beginning, why I felt, you know, that simultaneity, duality of like my highest and holiest self singing and guiding with me in that song where it's like, tell me that you're all right. And the response, everything's all right. You know, that sort of thing. I'm feeling that energy. I'm doing my best to put it in words and land it. We are going to get another one to build upon this. Please and thank you, Holy Spirit, Holy Helion, Spirit of Destiny. Give us a little clarity. Desire. Oh, now I'm hearing Jessie Ware as soon as I put that card down. See, I'm feeling very musical, very song related. For some of you, this is a great time to like maybe do the shuffle on your playlist, ask song for some spirit, ask song for some spirit. Ask spirit for some songs. Desire. You're my desire. Oh my gosh, and there's a dragon on this card. Thank you, spirit. Thank you. Okay. Because I was getting, they were telling me you need to do some dragon reading soon because I've been getting so many dragon synchronicities. Thank you. So if you've also been getting dragons popping up, whether in word, in image, in text, like, I know that might be redundant with word, but you know, it could be spoken word, wherever, emojis, gay emojis, I don't care. Like, the dragon is here, the dragon reborn, wheel of time again. Ooh, okay, I want one more. I feel like this one requires not introducing anything like, there's no fear energy here. There's nothing to like freak us. There's nothing here to freak us out. Remember, we're freaking in. We're freaking in. I'm getting this energy of like the dragon practicing discernment around desire. Discernment around desire. Discernment around desire. Discernment around desire. Okay, so that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what we're getting. That's why he's perched, you know, looking down, waiting for the moment, waiting, because he's like, is it worth it? Do I want to work it? Do I really want to reverse it? These types of questions. Because it's like before going in for it, it's like, is it worth going in for? So the fact that this is following up with generosity and I'm getting with this whole discernment thing is like being intentional with to whom and what you're giving your energy, giving your word, giving your light, giving your soul energy. What you're focusing on while you have this spirit of destiny, this destined moment going on right now. Especially because, I mean, like the way he's perched and this energy we're getting, the image on the card, it's like being on high, you know? Like, so it's kind of like this energy of like, do you want to descend from the height you've reached? And that's not inherently a bad thing. Like, not every time we descend is it bad. Like, remember, if we're back on the plane, like the plane comes down, but we're coming down on the new ground. So there's something about spirit is being like making sure that when you take this time to land, when you come down to earth, when you leave your own tower, so to speak, in pursuit of whatever your desire in the moment that you're descending for, it is worthwhile and it's worthy. It's still upholding and uplifting your light. It's coming from a place of full capacity. It's coming from a place of like surplus-oriented generosity. And it's still in alignment with your divinity. Okay, they're telling me one more magic and then we will get some tarot. Some tarot. And I have to be very, very playful with voices. And I have been thinking a lot about languages as well. So aside from the whole silliness factor of it all, like playing with your voice, especially people who do stuff with the voice. This is extra resonant for anybody who's an actor, singer, spoken word artist, like anything there, communication-wise, emphasis on the syllables. Oh, what kind of bug just tried to fly on my nose? Boundaries for that. Ooh. Oh, we got a twofer. Right after I was talking about those flies, look at this. All right, we got two of them. This is getting hot, but not inherently. Okay, we had conflict with Mogus. And then on top of it, we had firepower with Chandra. I like that name. It feels very coont. So we have Chandra right there on top, and then Mogus with the conflict underneath, and that act. And look at that, more horns, more horns. It's like, can you tame the beast? Can you tame the beast? And you know, as soon as I said, can you tame the beast, I heard the song. It was like I heard it to the beat and the rhythm of, can you feel the heat? Can you feel the heat? Can you feel it? Can you hear the heat? Can you feel it? I mean, you know what? And you know what? That song came up in the last few days too. Like Nina Sky may be a reference for some of y'all too. You know, because we all like different genres of music. We're all coming from all different ages. Okay, kitty cat? But can you feel the heat? So what is this? Generosity, desire, conflict, firepower. But I feel the firepower was rising above the conflict. And there's some fire and some flamey energy with this conflict. And I almost feel like, but look at Chandra. She's like she is flaming on, bitch. She is flaming on, like, this is like, I'm getting like Jean Grey. I'm getting like Phoenix Forest. I'm like, oh, you really thought you had me. You really thought you had me down there. Oh my God, you thought you had me chained. Oh my gosh. And then, thank you, Spirit. Okay, dead ass. This is that vibe, because I dead ass had a thought form and a thought pattern like this either earlier today or yesterday. Like this is within 24 hours, where Spirit had me being like, this idea of, you ever seen like media or read it in a book, whatever the case is, where there's like a powerful character, a person with power, who, let's say they're wanted by law enforcement, right? They allow themselves to be taken in. And, you know, the people who have the conflict, the beef with them, the people who are trying to detain the individual, right, in question, trying to keep them detained, they're sitting here flexing, thinking like, you know, their shackles, their chains, their tools, their interrogation, materials, equipment, protocol, process, procedure, all of that jazz, it's what's really holding that individual there. When really, 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 the underlying gag is, the only reason that person is even staying and remaining in there, as long as they did, is because they pretty much were allowing it. Like, it's only because they allowed it and permitted it. Because at any moment in time, flame on, melt away the chains, melt away the handcuffs, like, rebuke, move back bugs. It's like, baby, like, I'm only here because I'm allowing it. You're only getting this interview because I allow it. So I don't know what you think this kind of interrogation is. I don't know what you think that this energy is going to be, but we're not doing that. You're gonna come correct or you're not gonna come at all, because I can't be tamed and I won't be chained. And notice, see, this is why I'm telling you, it's the discernment. It was the desire of the dragon, and then it was the conflict. See, this is why they're having you be discerning of like where you land, where you go, where you put your focus. Because there's these bum biz trying to like bring the heat, these bullheaded meow meows, trying it, and you're just like, cancel, clear, delete. Like, whatever change used to work on me before, whatever power you thought you have, I have reclaimed it in and of myself. I have reclaimed my soul fire, Phoenix Force, goddess of creation, harbinger of destruction, life, death, rebirth cycle. I'm not a one-note type of chick. How about that? Like, Chandra is giving it. Yo, y'all are just so about it right now. Like, you are under the rainbow and over the bullshit. Like, ooh. I'm just saying. Ooh. Shout out to God to be real. All right, let's get some tarot to clarify this. And also, they do have me, before they move on, because I know fire, and when people hear fiery, they really think of like, well, they think dead ass of like, you know, explosions and combustions and like almost like chaotic, as if it's unchecked destruction. But that's very like, you know, I want to say that's very like elementary fire. And there's no shade for that. Like, there's a place for that. However, it's like wise and discerning, like applied fire, like a calculated thing. Like, Chandra's very much in control. Like, I feel so coont when I am looking at this card. I feel so in my power. I feel so I just feel so this energy of like, do you really like telling this individual is like, you don't want this smoke. It's like you don't want this smoke because you can't even, because if I really flame on, I can stand in the flames because I am the flame. You're gonna be burnt to, you're not even gonna be ash. You're gonna be cinder. Like I'm going to like be the invisible flame where you're just gonna be vaporized, gone without a trace, beyond the protection of the white hot room. Like undone. Don't try it. It's very that royal decree. Boundaries, and I know that was in yesterday's message as well. So you're really feeling it. It's like you're focusing your firepower on your desires, your intentions, your goals. You're using your fire magic, your fire elements for your passions, for your desires, for your callings, rather than fiery, basic, big type conflicts. Level up. Get it, girl. Get it. I'm proud of you. Meow, meow, meow. All right, let's get some tarot. Let's bring this down because I know it's getting darker and darker and I know the storms are coming. But thank you, Spirit, for holding it at bay. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you, Spirit. Then we have some tarot cards to help seal this reading in, giving clarification, giving confirmation, as well as conclusion. Seal this in. Oh, we might, oh, there we go. Oh, all right. These two popped out. Oh, a King of Cups on the star. And the star was in yesterday's reading. All right, so we had very interesting kiddos. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Help land the ship. Ooh. Sorry. You're like, oh my God, I can hear you in my titty. All right, I got to leave the necklace there, so it's going to look awkward, but I don't want to mess up the sound. We have the Empress as the bottom of the deck. Sitting on your throne. Sitting on your throne, being in your power. You don't need to rush nothing. You don't need to force. Everything gets born. Everything gets created. Everything comes in its divine timing. You continue gestating, nurturing, nourishing, following the divine guidance, not doing too much, being careful while still living your best life, being intentionally, high vibrational, intentionally nutritious, right? With the life, with the project you're co-creating, birthing, gestating. You're about it. You're sitting in your power, your authority. Now, what was interesting is we had like 4 cards pop out from the main spread. Welcome to the main spread. We had these two together and these two together. So the first two, King of Cups on top of the star. Very high vibrational, very wishes coming true, very mature emotional presence, very someone who can be comfortable with expressing their emotions, sharing them. A masculine type of energy that's not a punk ass, you know what I mean? Masculine energy that's able to recognize like emotions are a part of life and we honor them. They have a great space and there's information and wisdom and power in that versus like a toxic, broken, outdated, bum ass masculine that's like trying to act like emotions don't exist and claiming to be stoic when they're really just being a DI, you know what? That was for somebody out there. And then we have these two with the 3 of Swords. Maybe I'm picking up that energy on top of the 5 of Pentacles. Now these energies, this is where we're feeling a little bit of the density. This is where I'm feeling a little bit of the pain, a little bit of that duality. So this is kind of like the guy, this is the, okay, the first word that popped into my head as I'm staring at the cards, remnants. These are remnant energies. These are remnants. It's like, these are the swords representing like these past pains, these hurts, especially with the 5 of Pentacles. For any of y'all, those of us who have been going through any seasons, especially where we went through like real cases of like lack and scarcity. I'm talking about for those of us who have been surviving or overcoming like homelessness or near homelessness. Maybe also for those of us who have been, underfed or really stretching every morsel, every bottle of water, drop of water we have, like really conserving, like trying to get through a very drought period and winter period. Is this a mosquito trying to get up in my face? Because you're about to get clapped. Boundaries. I'm very much about mosquitoes and flies can get it. Like they can get, and not in the good way, not the good kind of get it. I mean, they can get got. Let me say it that way. Mosquitoes and flies can get got because flies are spies 9 times out of 10. And like mosquitoes, they're vampires literally just trying to like suck your energy and then make you feel comfortable and then leave you carrying that like mess. Like, no, 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 I didn't consent for you to get this yum, yum deliciousness. Get clap. I saw you. You want like that? Because we got to defend stuff. You know, I'm a part of that divine collective where it's like we recognize like Kali Ma the destroyer is there. And we also have the great goddesses that are the Ma creators, the Ma nurturers. You know what I'm saying? Like balance it. Like boundaries are real. Defend thyself. Don't be no punk ass. So with these cards together, straight up channeling and riffing, where you continue to focus like that dragon, this is that dragon stuff. And remember how I said North Star when I saw Heliod? North Star, and then we get the star card, okay? Be focusing on these things. Be focusing on your dreams come true. Be focusing on the higher vibrational, elevated, mature opportunities, connections, relationships, people in your life, as well as what you truly want, like the world you want to be living in, and keep your focus over there. Even the dragon, as I have the cards on the table, is looking more that way than from this way with the past, okay? So don't be duped. I'm getting this. It's like, don't be duped into this illusion as if you're at like you're stuck in this lack energy, or as if you're at that beginning part of the quote unquote healing or recovery or recuperation journey or whatever. It's like, no, ma'am. It's like you've done all the work to recognize the pain in your heart. And I feel like a lot of this collective, you actually pulled. Oh, okay. Okay, now we get another update. You've done a lot of this work to literally heal your heart, pull the swords out from all the past betrayals, the adversities, whatever even led to you being in this season, this rough, wintry lack period, whether you were on your own or maybe with other characters who are in similar vibrations. You are not staying there. You're not dwelling there. Even if it went through the pain of separating yourself and having to choose yourself in order to break free and get to the next levels. And with this, you've gained so much wisdom. You've gained so much compassion. You've gained so much discernment where you have all of the strength and fortitude where it's like, heaven forbid, you had to go through any type of cycle like this again. You know you could, but it's not going to. If anything now is like you stepping more and more into your power because you're not trapped in these types of conflicts and lack and scarcity. It's like you've risen up beyond chains, shackles, stuff that people thought would be impossible to break free of, stuff people thought would be impossible to break free from. Whether these are the people, the energies, the entities that were trying to keep you down there, or even if it was just innocent people who are bystanders and onlookers who haven't maybe broken free yet themselves in their lives and don't really know how to get to that layer and level. It's like you are doing the quote unquote impossible. Like you are having your Jean Grey, you're having your storm moment. You're channeling the God, goddess, source within and expressing it without. And through your faith, you are the channel and conduit of miracles. You are the conduit and channel of raw elemental power and divine wisdom. It is you. You have what it takes to make these chains melt like butter and not leave a singe or a scar on your skin. You're just melting all this stuff away where you've really alchemized and transmuted the F out of it. And now it's just really like sitting on your throne, waiting for these offers and opportunities to come to you. And I'm feeling like this King of Cups energy, like, because, you know, I always focus on the person who's tuning in loud, live, and in color, like you. Yes, you, beloved. Even with court cards, however, I really lean in. I don't like to focus on externals unless it's really, really relevant. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not here to, you're here for you. Like, why are we sitting here talking about other people when this is about you and your journey? Now, if they're relevant to the storyline, I'll give them their moment. But you're the main character, not these other peoples. So, Entitwe. Now, with that being said, I do feel like this King of Cups energy does have this vibe of, I do feel like this could be a very emotionally fulfilling offer and opportunity coming in. And I know sometimes we get that with the Knights. And spoiler alert, the Empress was sitting on top of a Knight of Cups, on top of a Page of Cups. Okay. By the time this offer comes to you, whoever is bringing this to you, this individual has also been going through a maturation, leveling up, and glow up period. Ooh, this offer is really about to match you, kitty. Ooh, wasn't I singing it earlier? Is somebody gonna match my freak? Yes. Okay, okay, okay. Somebody's coming to match your freak, kitty girl. Whatever you are wishing for, like whatever it is, bounce little kitty, like. So if that was like, trying to get somebody romantical, if you've been wishing for that, you might have been calling in that king energy down here in Nicki Minaj, Big Daddy. Yo, calling me Big Daddy. Ah. So Big Daddy's coming. Big Daddy is coming. Now, Big Daddy could be a lover. Big Daddy could be like a really great, amazing friend. Big Daddy definitely getting like an emotionally fulfilling opportunity in relation to the biz and career, like whatever your professional pursuits could be, like for those y'all about that life. But this is like mature. This is rich. This is like, it's professional. It's like, it's upper echelon. Well, I'm hearing Lana. Upper echelon. I'll be your national anthem. Meow. Even the way I'm just like doing all this, it's just like, this is you, Empress. It's like, you just got to be sitting there like living your best life because this stuff is coming to you. You've got the magical aura, that magic meow meow. It is just calling them in. So you just be focusing on your balance, your spiritual rituals, your practice, your discipline, doing your stuff on the 3D too, showing up for yourself. You still watering your own garden. You still following your own North Star. You still giving from that surplus energy, that generosity. And like, it's going to be reciprocated and matched. So I feel like the universe is also bringing like a relevant match in. That's why the dragon is also saying with the desire and discernment, it's like, don't be settling for less. Don't be settling for less. And who are you? Who are you? Trying to interrupt. Clap them out. Clap, clap, clap for this. I can't say all that on camera. Because I'm a boss ass bitch. I just had to let it out. I just had to let it out. I just had to feel it. Feel my zhuzh. It's like, you're a boss ass, you know what? Like, that is this energy. Like, put them on time out. Like, we're not settling for less. Like, this is, it's like whatever you're doing, it's like, only accept really what you want. This is and I'm telling y'all, I've been dancing with it too. Baby, when we dance in the dark. Like the universe, the devil, like the manifestation of that, like the representation of that. Definitely be sending me all the types of like potential distractions and temptations and opportunities and blah, blah, blah. And being like, and trying to see like, oh, am I going to allow my focus to go in that direction? Am I going to accept this offer? Am I going to settle for that opportunity? Is that really what I want? Or am I taking it because an old version of me allowed it? Do I really want that? Or am I trying to be guided into people pleasing and like doing something that I think I really want, but really it's because that person really wants it from me? You know what I'm saying? It's like this real discernment and being like, nah. And like getting to the point where you're like leveling up and trusting your faith and being more patient and being like, you know what? Even if this could be easily accessible to do this right now, accept this right now. I know this isn't really what the greater part of me wants. I know this isn't what the dream version of me, the high vibrational version of me, the me that I'm becoming, that I really see myself as. Did I get you? Would accept. Pardon all the claps, but like, this is what it's gonna come in, because some of this stuff is gonna come in like thunder. Like, this is what's happening, because you literally have people buzzing in your aura, trying to get your juice, trying to get your aura, trying to get your ambrosia, okay? Trying to get that yum, yum, wow, wow, life force energy, high vibration frequency that you be serving up on a platter, okay? Like, you are all-star level. Beyond. And that's not saying like we remain humble. We're kind to everybody. We're loving. I'm not saying be an a-hole. You know what I'm saying? Never that. There's a difference between being an a-hole though versus just giving people what they want because they want it of you. And then self-abandonment or not having values or self-worth. No, 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 no. So, all right, we're going to seal this in. We're going to seal this reading in because the time flew by. All right. Yeah, we're gonna go with the goddess. We're gonna get a goddess oracle to seal this in. I'm feeling my zhuzh because I was feeling very goddess poussoir, very with this. And I love it, especially because I love how the music is like getting more. And notice it's like there's more, like another round of like bass heavy music coming through now. And then I don't know, somebody using some kind of saw, some kind of construction, chopped and screwed realness. I don't know. All right, goddesses. Calling all goddesses. Another synchronicity, obviously, if it wasn't obvious already, is like for all of my drag fans, drag race fans. Calling all goddesses, Adore Delano. Love, love, love Adore. One of my biggest like inspirations for years. So authentic, so real. Love Adore. Party! All right, please and thank you, goddesses. What's the tea to help seal in this reading? And a lot of red. There's so much red in this reading. Red and like deep orange, like that red-orange type of energy. Goddesses. Oh, they want another big shuffle. They're like, mix it up, freshen it up. All right, please, can we have a closing clarifier, Spirit? What's the tea? Goddesses, anything else? Thank you. Yeah! Lakshmi with bright future. Stop worrying. Everything's going to be fine. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. Tell me that you're all right. Yeah, everything is all right. Oh, please tell me that you're all right. Yeah, everything is all right. Baby, I mean from start to finish, this reading. At the bottom of the deck, we have Isolde with Undying Love. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. Ooh. Let that wash over your heart. Yeah. Let me not block the mic. Put your hand on your heart. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. Get into this rainbow aligned chakra realness. Told you were under the rainbow. You were under the rainbow because it's over you. You're in the rainbow zone. You realize you don't need to, you can go to either end of the rainbow. You already got, the treasure is there. It's being brought to you, baby. You're under the rainbow aura. And these colors are very similar. You know, I mean, a little different, but it's kind of giving me that nice, colorful, bright zhuzh. I am living. I am living. Okay, with this word, thank you, Spirit, bringing me back. Stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of situation. This is also the recognition, P.S., that really all that love, all of that energy that you have put out there in the past, like through every time period, even when you were sharing from like an emptier cup, when you were more in a period of struggle, adversity, a heavier wilderness, whatever it may be, the universe has seen and clocked it all. All that love you gave from your heart, all that compassion, all that kindness, all that consideration, like everything you were doing to be as loving and kind and generous of a person as you can have been at any of these points in recent times, like whenever this message is finding you, even if you didn't feel reciprocated or match with it in the moment, even if you felt like it fell upon deaf ears, or even worse, it reached people and they drug it through the mud, threw it, took a piss on it, like Vanjie said in that Untucked when she got into it with Evie. You know, oh, I gotta re-listen to that clip because that was one of the best things. But it's like, even when people drug you through the mud, like spoke on your name, like did all of those like vile, foul, ungrateful, vile type stuff, you know, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, depending on your tea and your story. This is general reading. You chose not to become like so deeply or permanently tainted or contaminated. Now, there may have been parts of you that folded in. I'm not saying we didn't have we didn't have moments of like maybe not coming as correct. Like we all can have that. Like nobody's perfect. However, it's like sum total, you really have been doing what it takes to keep your heart lighter than a feather. Like you really have been all about balancing and honoring your karma, your soul, the karma of others, the souls of others. You were like, just because I've encountered things I consider to be toxic and or trash, doesn't mean I'm going to allow myself to become the toxicity, to become the trash. Some of it may get on me. I may have some things I need to deal with or clean off, and I'm seeing some lightning come through. Confirmation. But it's like, there's a difference between you having some dirt and some grime on you versus you choosing to be, identify with, stay, dwell, and thus become grime and toxicity. There's a big difference. I don't know why I'm not saying it now, but you know, it's a big difference. Big difference, Nicki Minaj, big difference between me and you. Cause I ain't nothing like you, and you. I'm really feeling it. I'm feeling so hype. I'm feeling so coont. Like big fat and an icy watch. I am your leader. Yes, I am your leader. If you ain't a believer, suck a big D. Very that, like you. This is you. Like, this is like that Nicki Minaj energy with like big fat poussoir and BDE. Owning it all. High masculine energy, high feminine energy, high balance while choosing whatever polarity you like to express maybe more through. Like owning your charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent and letting the world have it. But first and foremost, you're letting yourself have it and you're reminding yourself like, I am all right and I'm more than all right. I'm not bitch. I'm not bitch. I'm not bitch. I'm not bitch. Don't you wish you could be that rich? You can handle it, but you can handle it. I don't know if that was all the lyrics, but you get what I'm saying. All right, so comment down below if this reading has found you, what's resonating, what's tea, what are the synchronicities? Like, I want to hear some testimonies. I want to hear some stories. I want to know, like, it ain't just me feeling their oats. It's not just me channeling all of this energy and this liberation and this ferocity, like, because I know it's not. Yeah, let me know if there's anything that we want to build upon. As we wrap this, because I'm going to seal this in, it is getting a little bit long. Well, it's already long, but who cares? I will read the firepower from Chandra because she's like, you better put some respect on my name. I feel like she's the one that really wants to be the closer. Firepower, Chandra. Human beings want to be free. We want to choose our own destiny. Was I not talking about spirit of destiny? If something is holding you back, if something is holding you back, break the chains, unleash your inner fire and use it to fuel your actions. It's time for a breakthrough. That's why she wanted me to say it. She's like, you're gonna put that word breakthrough up in here. You're gonna give them their breakthrough. Chandra Nalar is a planeswalker and a pyromancer who never fails to find a new use for fire. Alchemist, creativity, co-creator, fierce, can't be tamed, will not be tamed. Anybody who has her in their chains is only because she allows it. That is you, kitty girl. I mean, whatever your gender is. But that is you, that is us, that is we. Phoenix Force. You saw that? You saw that? You saw that flashing confirmation? I'm living, kitty girls. All right, my name is Dil Divine, your friendly neighborhood queer muse, oracle, and soul guide. I could stay here with you ever, baby, but you know, we gotta let it go. If you would like a personal reading, clock the socials down below, slide into the DMs, let me know you wanna connect. That's the best way to get something specific because we never wanna force the fit. And like I said, comment, let me know what is tea, because I ain't doing this just for me. Mwah. All right, I'll be back soon, lovies. And let's see, can I reach it? Oh.